Block Builder.
Hey guys, Block Builder here, and welcome back to another review video. Today I'll be reviewing this Dragon Boy. This is Toxin. He's called that because he's a poisonous dragon, and I couldn't come up with a better name. This is actually like version 3, I think, and he's been built for a while, but someone in the comments said they'd like to see a review, and I'd shown them off before, and I figured I might as well since, well, I have stuff to review, just not as well colored as he is. So let's just get into the size comparisons first, actually. This guy will work. There he is. I'd say he's minifigure scale. Dragons are big. So there he is next to a little minifigure person. Here he is next to a truck. Just still probably minifig scaled then because of size and whatnot. So yeah, I think that's about all that's needed for size comparisons. Let's move on to his articulation. So for Dragon Mode's articulation, his wings are very odd, but I'm going to start with them. Because of how they transform, they can go up and down a little bit here. They've got this second ball joint in the wing at the bottom here. They can move out and in, and they kind of collapse very strangely. So I can't really remember because I haven't transformed in a while. Then these bits can also move. And it's the same for the other side. His tail is on a ball joint, and it can move up and down and just all around and stuff, which is also on a bunch of hinges. His head is all ball joints like this, so he can do all these kinds of movements. No mouth. Well, I mean, he has a mouth, but just it doesn't open. His legs are on T-joints at the front, go out and in, and bend at his like knee area, and each of his toes can move. His back legs had like the same amount of articulation, and he's got this little back toe. And yeah, that is pretty much it for articulation. So to transform Toxin, first thing we're going to want to do is just get the wings kind of compressed a little bit, and these will form his legs. So just going to get them like this. Now this is some kind of weapon because I couldn't figure out what to do with his tail, but it doesn't have to parts form, so we're not going to. You're just going to untab that like that. Then you're going to take the wings, and these are going to rotate up on both sides, like so. Then these parts at the top can collapse, and then you can fold this part, and this is going to be his foot, and that'll fold around like that just for now. This piece will fold in, and it's going to connect to this I don't know what that piece is called. Then this section, going to come around to this side. I'm going to twist it this way. Actually, untab that. Then just put it like this. This part is going to rotate around, fold up, then this part folds down, like that. Then you're going to take this piece and just kind of fold it flat or something. Then you're going to rotate this whole thing around, flip it down. I have not transformed him for a while, so this is probably completely wrong, but that's fine. We'll figure it out later. But that's basically his leg right now. Just kind of forgot everything, and that's alright. But this is how his knee will work, and then this kind of just goes like that for now. So I'm going to move on to the next leg. Okay, so now we're going to be transforming his other leg. So you're just going to fold this section down, spin it around this way, like it is on the other side, and then just tab that in right there. This part, actually before you tab it in, you need to disconnect it again because that we messed up, or I messed up, rather. You're just going to rotate this piece around and then flip it up because that's his foot. That'll connect right there. This part is going to fold this way. Then you're going to fold this down, and there are both his legs. So now he has wing legs, leggy wings, whatever you want to call them. But that's those. So we can go ahead and just turn him over. This section is going to go up for now. And next, we're going to detach some stuff. So you're going to want to get his arms out of the way. By arms, I mean his front legs. And then you're going to flip this flap up like this on both sides to move the ball joint down, and then kind of just fold that up. Then you're going to come in here after you get his head out of the way, which is a bit difficult. You actually need to unpeg this center section from, you pull this out. Like I said, I haven't transformed in a while, so we're just going to fold this to the side like that, and then do the same thing on this side, and then this whole section will come down like that. It's a pretty complex transformation, and this is not the final step. So next you're going to come to these, and these will pull out like that. This part is going to untab from there. See, there's a stud right there, and this whole section will rotate around. But first, take his dragon head and lift it up like this, and then fold it into here. Lift up his robot head, and that's just going to go like that, so that it will end up on his chest when you're done. Next, this whole part will rotate around and then go underneath to form his waist. You get his legs situated. His paws, as we're going to call them now, are going to collapse like this. Oh, you can't see that. You're going to fold them forward. I think they go like that. But let me just bend him over. He's pretty big. So then you're going to do the same thing on this side. Just collapse his arms, and that'll form his chest. These segments, you're going to take this and break it off by accident. These are going to fold forward to get out of the way, and you're just going to fold this down. Come on. There we go. And this will fold in. Get his arms out of the way for now. We'll do those last. You can fold it back. And now we're going to rotate this flap out. And then we're going to bend his arm around and rotate it like this so he's got a double elbow. Then you take his toes. These are his hand. Fold that down like that. This part will come in like this. There you go. So do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to pull this down. Stinking one clip connections. It's fine. Just do that. Fold his arm out of the way. Hopefully it won't keep breaking. He's not really fragile. In fact, he's way more sturdy than the other versions. Just gonna do this. I don't know if that folds in. I haven't, like I said, I haven't transformed him in a while. Probably should have transformed him beforehand, but I just wanted to make a video, so might as well. Anyway, this folds up like that. Clap his hand together. Go ahead and spin his head around, but let me just fix some stuff. Okay, hopefully I've raised the camera high enough now, and I rotated his head around and pointed it up. So to make it easier for his head to come down, you're going to rotate the horns around here, like so. And then that'll all kind of just collapse into this part. And then his head, have a dragon head in there. Anyway, basically the final step, if you don't want to transform the tail, and you can make that in kind of like a hammer. It's not the coolest looking thing, but you're just going to flip his his chest pieces up. And this guy's thing was basically, I wanted to make a unique dragon transformation that wasn't just like front legs become front arms and stuff. I mean, the legs did become the arms, but these are his back legs, so it's kind of crazy. And also his head compacts into here, and he doesn't have a dragon head or a tail arm anymore like he used to. And he's got like a gas mask. Anyway, the last step is to basically coil up this tail on his shoulder, since this is the parts formless transformation. So you can kind of just do that. That'll collapse pretty nicely. And now it's basically gone. Whoa! He's pretty stable, as you can see, once he's in robot mode. He just has some parts that do like to come off that are just kind of weak. But yeah, I think he is really cool looking. So let me just get him standing, and then we can get into reviewing his robot mode. Okay, so here's Toxin in his robot mode. Actually, not fully, because there is a aesthetic transformation step. Slide up his thumbs to the top so that they're more proportional. And now here's Toxin in his robot mode. And I really like how he looks. His feet are not the best, but he can stand on them. He's just being annoying because he's a Decepticon. Anyway, I really like how this guy looks. I think he just looks like this big, bulky dude. Right now he looks janky. He's pretty poseable. He can get into some cool poses. He just doesn't want to today. But yeah, he's also pretty sturdy. He's not too fragile. It's just this clip in his shoulder joint is just a bit, you can see it right there. They just come off really easily, being clips and all. Not much kibble, as you can see. He's only got some off of his shoulder right here. I love the chest. This is the goal, was to get the dragon head and the front things. He's got like these claws and whatnot. His new head, I think, looks awesome, even though it's visible in dragon mode, but it kind of blends in, so it's not too bad. He's supposed to have like this gas mask, because I leaned into the poison kind of name. And I just think he looks awesome. I really like how he turned out. Especially how the wing leg things happen. Like, the wings don't look too incredible, but they don't look bad. And then this even has a knee joint, so I just think it works out pretty well. I just think he looks pretty cool. Big, bulky dude. And like I was saying with the tail, this can become a very, very, very poorly designed weapon. So you can take it off like that. I actually think it looks pretty good on his shoulder. But then you basically just extend it into his tail and then pretend it's like a mace. Just take this thing. And I thought that it just fit into his hand, but I might be wrong. I think you can just connect it to the end of it now. It's kind of like a whip, actually. So that does actually look pretty nice. Like, you could just smack some people down with that. But I'm just going to put it back on his shoulder, because I think it looks better like that. Now it's back on his shoulder. I showed you what the weapon did. And I guess we'll just move on to some size comparisons and then get into articulation. The last video I uploaded was actually a while ago, but I still haven't done anything to Blue Eyes, but I might as well. As you can see, he's pretty tall. Pretty big guy. A better size comparison will be with this minifigure I showed at the beginning. As you can see, he's much larger in robot mode. The idea is that he can't fly in robot mode and he can fly in dragon mode instead. Just because, I mean, give some utility to his alt mode. Just figured that'd be good. Let's do a Transformer size comparison. Here he is next to Construction. As you can see, Construction isn't small, but Construction's made out of small people. Small little robots. And finally, knocking over all of his minions, here he is next to Gameplay. Gameplay is a short guy. I wanted him to get really big since he's a dragon. Just because I thought that was a good idea. Because why not? Here he is next to Mini Optimus Prime. Just to make it look like he's a giant combiner. Alright, so now we'll move on to Toxin's articulation. For articulation, his head is on this robot arm, so you can't even see it because I just blocked it out of the way. It can go up and down, it can rotate 360 degrees. So that's pretty cool. His arms are on ball joints, so basically they can even like butterfly hinge backwards, and then they can kind of go forward. He's got a double jointed elbow, which is pretty nice. It can rotate at this joint, which I don't think I'd ever use because it's gross, and it can rotate at the T-bar. He has like a wrist kind of thing, even though this is his hand, and each of his fingers are individually articulated. He has this waist kind of movement. He can do this, which is very janky, because like his hips are just disconnecting. His legs can move forward on, he's mostly ball jointed, so these are all ball joints right here. He has a knee joint here, but it's not the best because it gets blocked by his wing kibble. He has an actual knee joint right here, so I can bend about that much. And then he's got this weird, like, just transformation bit. His feet can rotate because this part on his side of his foot, rotates it out of the way. And they can bend up and down. And yeah, that is his articulation. Although you could say this is articulation, but it really isn't. That's just transformation joint. But yeah, I think this guy is pretty awesome. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys like this guy. I don't know if I'll make an instruction video since he's quite large and just remembering pieces, but who knows, I might. Hopefully I'll get videos less than a month apart, and this one should be on Friday uploaded. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a great day. Block Builder, breaking out.